So I'm out here in our property on the edge of the green swamp. Gwen and I got it a few years ago. It's a few acres. It's about 10 miles from the house. One or both of us comes out once a day for about an hour to chill. It's nice and relaxing out here, and we bring the dog and he gets to run and explore. And I thought it'd be cool to have a dulcimer out here to play when I felt like it. So I decided to try to build one that could be actually left out here in the swamp. And that's a huge ask because it's a really harsh environment out here. But I decided to give it a shot, and let me show you what I came up with. This is it. It's basically a box dulcimer. So let me find an anchor for the camera here, and we'll take a look at it. So the table here and the box are made out of cypress from a tree that fell in the front of the property. It had been underwater for half of the year for a period of years. I don't know how many, at least 3. And during the dry season one day I came across it and I gave it a kick expecting it to crumble, and it was solid as a rock. So I cut some slices from it. I'll show them in the insert here. And use that to build the box here and the table. Now this stuff is really good at standing up to the elements, and on top of that I've coated both the table and the box here with spar urethane, so I expect these will last quite a while. So let me show you the inside now. Now this is the weak link. It's the soundboard, and I didn't make it out of cypress. I have enough to do it, but it's very labor intensive, and I didn't want to go through that until I was sure this concept was going to work. So I made this one out of MDF, which doesn't handle moisture at all. But I've coated it with 3 coatings of spar urethane, so we'll see how it does. Now, if and when it does go bad, this whole thing just lifts right out, and I can replace it with a more appropriate soundboard. You're probably wondering where are the strings and the fretboard. Well, one thing I do know, steel strings and metal fittings won't last more than a couple of months out here in this environment. So I couldn't design this thing to have the fretboard be out here permanently. So what I've done is I've essentially made a stick dulcimer, where the strings and the anchors and the tuning pegs are all in one plane. And I can just keep this at home and grab it on my way out the door and bring it out here and just pop it on like this. So there we have it. Now the other thing I noticed is that if I put this thing on top of the box, it gives a slightly better sound, probably because this wood on the top of the box is thinner than the table wood here, and it resonates better. Let me put that under there. So there we go, ready to play. Let me see if I can get this a little bit closer. So it's a little bit windy out here, but let's see how it sounds. My friend Gail taught me this one. and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the purple heather. Won't you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the purple heather. Won't you go, lassie, go? Kind of soft in volume, but a sweet sound.